All right, let's hit the field.
It is Tuesday, August 19th, and the Yankees were on the road, kind of. They were at their own spring training ballpark to take on the Rays. Aaron Judge looking for home run number 40, Carlos Rodon looking for win number 13, and the Yankees trying to stay in the playoff picture. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
You know, TK, since we switched back to the old music, the little Evil Empire theme there, the Yankees have won now, I believe, 6 out of 7. So you're welcome, Yankees universe. We fixed it. Due to the rain delay coming at you a little bit later than usual, TK just back from London, and I've been up for like 18 hours. So we're just a couple of tired dudes doing a podcast. But the Yankees hit 9 home runs tonight. TK, that one was definitely worth the wait.
Yeah, after 17 hours of traveling, I believe it was, I'm back. Good to be back. Feels good to be back, and feels good to be back when the Yankees have a performance like that. Mash the ball tonight. So, bit hot in Tampa. Ball's traveling, jumping. They're comfortable.
For the Yankees,
maybe
it was
in their spring training facility. I don't know, but I'll take that all day, man.
Rays didn't hit any home runs, so I mean, we kept the ball in the ballpark, and with Carlos Rodon on the mound. I mean, obviously, Yankees comfortable hitting in that ballpark. Same dimensions as Yankee Stadium. Tonight it was humid. Ball was traveling, but, I mean, it was traveling more for the Yankees. So let's get to the recap here.
Let's get it going.
So home run derby. We had back-to-back-to-back home runs from Judge, Bellinger, and Stanton in the first inning. That's about as good as you can start. Third time this year the Yankees have hit 3 home runs in a row in the first inning. TK, I don't think I mean, we can't have ever seen that from the Yankees. It's the first time they've ever done it. I've never seen any team do it.
Yeah, no, it's wild. I remember during the broadcast, Joe Girardi had brought up that the 2, 3, 4 batters were 8 for 10 with 5 home runs and 2 walks. I mean, that's just absurd. That's like it's almost like an all-star lineup with the performance that they had tonight. So, you know, and it's funny too. Jay Zeus, I don't even know how I'm saying Jay Zeus.
Yeah.
Man, Devin Williams didn't even get to blow the lead tonight because they were mashing him so much. So yeah, that's good. Because they mashed so well tonight. You got Devin Williams to avoid the game. He might have still blown the game if they put him in there.
I tell you what, with a 10-run lead, you're almost getting to the point where I feel comfortable with Devin Williams in the game. Home run number 40 for Judge. And home runs number 23 and 24 for Bellinger. You had home runs number 13 and 14 for Stanton. Rice hit an absolute dong. And Rice, you were just talking to me about, got the absolute crap kicked out of him tonight. If you didn't watch the game, he fouled like 3 balls off of his leg, and he was behind the dish, which, by the way, he's our new starting catcher. Like, full stop. He's our catcher. And he was getting his, ass kicked all night. Foul tips, all that stuff. What are your thoughts on the whole Wells versus Rice thing? I mean, is it done? I think Wells might be in there tomorrow, seeing how much Rice got beat up today. But I think Rice goes back in there Thursday against Boston.
Yeah, I think that for the remainder of the season, Rice is the starting catcher. Now, in the offseason, if they want to address something differently, if they want to move him to first, if they want to experiment a little bit with him playing third or the outfield, I don't know. But for the rest of the season, he's definitely the starting catcher. He has to be. But I don't really have a problem with that sort of being the tandem there. I think if Ben Rice is the catcher, then Austin Wells is a very solid backup, like a very good backup. So I'm fine with that if that's the case.
I agree. Stanton, by the way, very quietly putting up huge numbers. I mean, he's hitting 306. He's got an OPS over 1,000 now. It's up to 1.005. He's got 14 home runs and 147 at-bats, so almost a home run every 10 at-bats, 38 RBIs, 386 on-base percentage. He has been on fire. I contend this is the best he has played since coming to the Yankees, with the possible exception of obviously the playoffs, but the 2021 first half, he got off to like a great start. Is this the best we've seen, Stanton? I mean, he's killing it.
Yeah, I think it was the 2022 first half where he won the All-Star Game MVP in LA.
21, he also had a really good stretch. It might not have been the first half, but he had like 35 homers or something. He had a good year.
Honestly, I think the most surprising thing for me, Derek, is usually when he comes back from injury, he like looks lost for a while until he kind of locks it back in. But he's kind of just played well the whole time, which is very
It took him a bit to hit
It
that
took him
home
a
run,
little
but
bit,
now he's
but
going crazy.
yeah, he's going crazy. But like, it's definitely. I don't think he was as lost as he's looked. Like I've seen Stanton look like the worst player on the planet sometimes when he's like really lost. But that's just like hasn't really been the case. And yeah, the thing that you worry about him is if he gets hurt, playing the field and stuff. That's like kind of concerning. Where he played the field and then he didn't play the field in St. Louis, and he's like, oh, he's having trouble recovering. And it's like, I mean, I understand that he's 35 years old, Derek, but like, just look at his like physique. I mean, not to manalize, but the guy is chiseled. He looks like a Greek statue, right? And like a prime athlete. And I just can't understand how a guy can like play right for a few games and then just be shot. And they're like, oh yeah, he needs like 3 games off. I just don't understand. Seriously,
You ain't got
like,
no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's got to be just so compromised.
Yeah. Bellinger also hit 2 home runs. He had a monster game. He was 4 for 5, 3 ribbies, now hitting 272 with an 825 OPS. He's got an outside chance at 30 home runs. I think he can get 6 between now and the end of the season. I mean, it's August 20th. 6 in a month is doing a month and a week or whatever, month and 10 days. I think he can get there. I think Judge has a good shot at 50. He's got to hit 10 more. I think he can get there, especially off like September when you start to see some of the arms really get worn down. You start to see minor league guys, fill in. And in a pennant race, he's going to get a lot of at-bats. They're going to keep running him out there. He's going to be DHing probably quite a bit. Caballero, what a night for him. He has low-key been an amazing pickup, 2 home runs, and we didn't even get him to hit home runs. He's not even a home run hitter. To me, I just love the way he's been playing small ball. He's been bunting. He's been stealing bags. Tonight he played third base, played short the other day. He looks good. Fantastic pickup. Also, we had Everson Pereira playing center field for the Rays tonight. You predicted that he would be traded. You were right, so good call on that one. I'm happy for the kid. He was 1 for 3. I thought for sure, like looking at the lineup when I saw him in there, I was like, oh, Pereira's hitting 2 home runs tonight. I was like, there was no way. I was like, yeah, he's only hitting 2 home runs. But Jazz went deep, home run number 22 on the year for him. And then Rice, absolutely majestic shot. And the Yankees win going away 13-3. So TK, we had a tough decision on the belt tonight. I mean, you got 3 guys with 2 home runs in the game. You got Judge reaching 40. You got a really gutsy performance from Carlos Rodon, who picked up his 13th win of the year. What did we decide for the belt? I let you pick, so you're taking the blame if people don't like it.
I think people will like it. It's Mr. Nuclear Stanton.
The deciding factor, RBIs.
Yeah.
He had 4 RBIs, and he had less at-bats than everybody. And he's playing right field in the rain and survived. Like, he physically lived through the game. So that will be belt number 4 for him after I update the standings. But Giancarlo having a monster year. Let's talk about Carlos Rodon, who threw the ball pretty well. He was clearly struggling. By the way, 700 people watching at 12:34. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I love when that happens. I don't like being awake at this hour, but anyway, he was clearly struggling with the humidity early on and how much he was sweating. He sweats like almost a supernatural amount anyway, and that was affecting his grip. But tonight, he made the adjustment. He battled. He got through 6 innings, only 2 runs, so that's a quality start for him. He had 5 strikeouts. He was able to dial it back in with the command, and he hung in there. That's 2 really good starts in a row for him. What are your thoughts on Carlos Rodon? Has he turned it around?
Yeah, I think just overall for his season, you really can't ask for better than that. Especially with Garrett Cole going down, Luis Heel being hurt most of the year, Max Fried being not the same pitcher the second half of the season. I think that blister is still bothering him, but that's like a different conversation. But dude, a very solid performance. I'll take that all day. 6 innings, 2 runs. Sometimes he kind of gets lit up by the long ball. That has kind of been his Achilles heel. But I think for him, as long as he kind of keeps his command under control and he doesn't walk guys, he usually stays pretty much okay. Yeah, solo shot's not going to kill you, but
Yep.
a 3-run shot because you walk 2 guys is going to kill
I
you.
hate that. God, that drives me nuts. But solid
Yeah.
performance from Carlos Rodon. Let's talk about Judgy. So before the game, Aaron Boone said that Aaron Judge was probably not going to throw 100% for the rest of the season, right? And then about an hour before first pitch was supposed to happen, and it ended up being longer than that because of the rain, Judge came out and said that Boone hasn't even seen him throw for a couple of weeks and that he's feeling much, much better, and he probably will throw at 100%. It's not very often that the captain of the New York Yankees contradicts the manager. I can't say that I've ever seen it before. Don Mattingly, maybe with the hair thing in the early 90s when Steinbrenner forced him to cut his hair. I don't remember what the manager was saying at that point, but Mattingly was trying to go against the grain there. And then Jeter would have never done anything to contradict Joe Torre or Joe Girardi. He's just not that type of captain. Of all the things that I think could cost Aaron Boone his job, even if the Yankees miss the playoffs or whatever, I think losing the clubhouse and losing Aaron Judge is at the top of that list. If Aaron Judge says we got to get this guy out of here, I think he's gone. But hey, I mean, what are your thoughts on this whole situation? It reminded me of the communications issues that the team has had in the past. Like Bader didn't know he was leading off and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Clay Holmes didn't know he was available, or he said he was available and Boone said he wasn't. What are your thoughts on this whole snafu?
Yeah, it kind of also, if you've kind of seen, Clint Frazier's been kind of talking a lot on social media. He's doing a
Talking too
podcast
much.
or whatever. But he had mentioned something like how he had said that they kind of make up, he in quotes make shit up about injuries, where he's it kind of plays that in, where he said that he felt like the Yankees kind of made injuries up sometimes, or they would just tell a guy, yeah, you have this, and just go with it. So I think it almost kind of plays, and this is a guy that was in that clubhouse, that was on the team,
Yeah.
right? So I gotta take his word for it in that sense. But it's just really weird. And yeah, I agree with you. If Aaron Judge doesn't like Aaron Boone anymore, he's gone. Period. It's not even up for debate. He's got LeBron James level sway of I want him gone.
Right,
So
100%.
to face the franchise captain, one of the highest paid players in the league, you're not gonna just pick Aaron Boone over Aaron Judge. That'd be ludicrous. But I don't know. It's weird. I don't understand how guys aren't really on the same page about that. I feel like they'd have a conversation before he talks to the media, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a communication issue in the clubhouse. I mean, this is not the first time we've seen this. I don't know how you fix it, but I mean, these guys got to get aligned, especially your premier player and such an important piece of your team. You've got to know his availability at the minute, right? You got to know the latest in his rehab, how he's feeling. It's absurd. So let's go ahead and talk through a few other things. Loizaga hurting again. I mean, this is a guy who cannot stay healthy. The Yankees brought him back because they like his stuff, but I think at this point, I think whenever his contract is up, you just got to let him go. You can't rely on him. He ends up, one, he was ineffective this year, but now, just the constant injuries, man.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. He wasn't effective, but they signed him to a $5 million deal with a club option for next year for $5 million, which they will not pick up. So,
Right.
I think and especially with all the relievers that they acquired under like Doval and Bednar are both under control next year. I think they really like Tim Hill a lot, who has a $3 million club option, which they will definitely pick up. I do think they'll try to re-sign Luke Weaver, and there may be a couple guys I actually like De Los Santos a lot, dude.
I do too.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
His stuff looks good.
I think there's room in there for Doval to get a lot better too. He's got such good stuff, but I think he's a thrower. You know what I mean? He's not a pitcher. I think if you can harness that stuff, maybe throw 98 instead of 101 and spot it a little bit better with his movement and his funky arm angle. I think he could end up being a stud.
Oh, no, dude. He throws 100-mile-an-hour cutters. I think it's just I think Doval's one of those guys that needs a full offseason, as a Yankee, to kind of adjust, and Blake kind of give him his offseason routine and sort of all of that stuff. But between Doval, Bednar, and by the way, Bednar's the closer. I don't want to hear it. I'd
Yeah.
re-sign Weaver. You pick up the Hill option, and Fernando Cruz is still under team control for a while. Like, it just doesn't really seem like they would be desperate to pick up the option on Loizaga. I just don't really think that makes a lot of sense doing that.
Yeah.
And De Los Santos, I like him a lot again.
So last thing here before we get to the quick ad and wrap up things, we're going to keep it quick tonight because it's almost 1 a.m. Volpe been playing a lot better since the Yankees picked up Ryan McMahon. Since the deadline, is he over the yips? Do you feel comfortable with him? We saw a few comments in the chat tonight. Do we feel comfortable with Volpe at this point? I mean, right now he's playing a lot better. I don't know if I feel comfortable with him in a big spot. A lot of his errors seem to have come in big spots. How would we feel a ball's hit to him, in a big spot in a playoff game? I think I would probably still kind of tense up a little bit if it's a big moment.
Yeah, I think I would tense up a little bit if it's a big moment, just because that's what I've seen in the past is him kind of get the quote unquote yips in the big moment. And that's before he even started having a poor defensive season. But I will give him credit that he has played a lot better defensively. Like, I've seen him make plays confidently, meaning he was like charging the ball and like really kind of being aggressive about it rather than kind of letting it sort of come to him too long. And, he doesn't, the throw doesn't beat the guy out. So I think he's playing with a little bit more confidence in the field. Offensively, to me, man, like, this is what he is.
Yeah.
This is what he is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run a quick DraftKings ad, then we'll be back to wrap things up here with TK. Good win for the Yanks. The dog days of summer mean it's time for the boys of summer to kick things into gear. And the best way to cash in on your baseball IQ is with DraftKings Sportsbook. Never bet on baseball before? It is simple. Pick a guy to go yard, hammer some live odds mid-game, or just ride with your squad and hope for the best. No spreadsheets, just vibes and dingers. Here's something special for the first timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code FOUL. That's code FOUL for new customers and get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming sources, see dkng.co/audio. We got a pretty interesting comment. Felipe says, Austin Wells gets the yips and we bench him. Wells gets the yips and we cradle him. When did Austin Wells have the yips? He's just not hitting. That's going six for 70 is not having the yips. That's just called not being a good hitter. So I'm not sure I get that. I mean, we get a lot of good comments on this channel, but some of them just kind of way off base. And nobody's cradling Volpe. I mean, people have been calling for him to get traded, get sent down. I mean, the Yankees just don't have a lot of other options, right? I'm sure if they had more options, they would have used them when he was going through his struggles, but they just didn't have anybody.
I'll say I think them trading for Caballero kind of showed the fan base a little bit that it's a little bit of a concern that they're willing to make a deal for somebody that plays the shortstop position, at least in a backup sort of way. And I think that they know, and also Ryan McMahon playing third. And are they thinking about Lombard taking over at short? So I do think the Yankees, with acquiring a McMahon and a Caballero at the deadline, it kind of gives them multiple options to kind of go with the Volpe situation, whether they want to move off of him, whether they want to, get rid of him sooner rather than later. I think that's kind of, they didn't make those moves per se for that reason, but it gives them other avenues.
I think Volpe's still the starting shortstop next year. I think they're going to ride with him until Lombard takes the job or until Volpe just completely collapses. But he's definitely picked it up since the trade deadline, so credit where credit's due. All right, final topic here. We're going to wrap it up, but do you think we have a chance to keep Belly after the season? A chance? Yes, a 1 in 30 chance, as Juan Soto put it last year. I think he's had such a good year that he's going to definitely opt out at this point. He's going to have 30 home runs. He's going to have an 800 OPS, playing great defense, extremely valuable player. I think the Yankees should explore what he wants for an extension, what he'd be willing to take, because I do think that he likes playing in New York. Like, he seems to thrive here. So I'd say there's a chance, but I still think he's going to hit free agency. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, he's a Boris client. He's definitely opting out, 100%. Whether or not I think the Yankees should extend him, I definitely think that it would be definitely a good idea to do that. I don't know what kind of money he's going to command on the market. Again, it's going to depend because Kyle Tucker is going to be. Kyle Tucker is not playing well at all, by the way, but he's still Kyle Tucker and he's still a really good player, and I still think he's going to get a good contract, a very good contract. So that's going to kind of be the first guy to come off the board. He'll set the market, and then Bellinger will be the second guy. And then once Tucker comes off the market there, like everyone, it's going to be a bit of a feeding frenzy for Bellinger probably, which will drive the price up. So you'd like to try to lock him up sooner rather than later, but I don't know. And then Trent Grisham will be a free agent as well. That'll be like another center field option there. So, but I think out of the three of them, I'd probably like to have Cody Bellinger the most because he's the most versatile. I think he likes being a Yankee. I think he fits in as a Yankee as well. The whole like his dad was a Yankee. I think it just kind of all fits. I don't know.
Yeah. And Cody Bellinger's having a better year than Kyle Tucker offensively. I mean,
Yes.
Kyle Tucker's hitting 261 with 18 home runs, and he's gotten booed at Wrigley recently. So Tucker may not get the biggest contract of all these guys next year. But TK, I thank you. Thank everybody who joined us. At 12:45 on a Wednesday morning here. We got the best podcast fans around. Ladies and gentlemen, Yankees win one more time.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win.
We're going streaking. What's that, 4 in a row?
Yeah.
4 in a row. I don't want to kill everybody with sound effects this late at night, but 4 in a row for the Yanks. TK, we're going to wrap up. No outro tonight. I just want to get everybody to bed. I want to get to bed, so we'll see you next time. TK, thanks for joining. Are you coming back Friday or you are Sunday? Sunday.
I'm probably going to do on Sunday, yeah.
Cool. All right, well, we see you Sunday, TK. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you tomorrow.